Good morning, boys. I think I need to just send you a message to say well done. You need to pick yourselves up. Competitions are like that. It's important to sometimes understand what we were trying to do. What I was trying to do was, first and foremost, put together a major tournament, a Tri-Nations, which will be a yearly event, started and owned by Ghana. And we may change locations, but one that steps up the level of competition. You know, whatever sports you play, you're only going to get good if you practice and you practice and you play and you're competitive. We don't have a strong league in Ghana. We have a 10-team league, and next season it'll go down to 5-6 teams, maybe with a B category or something of the sort. And we're playing against countries who've got established leagues with 20, 30, 40, 50 teams. They play in different divisions continuously. We simply don't get the opportunity to practice, which is why 2-3 years ago we embarked on project to raise the standard of our game, to be competitive. We try to do it through the domestic league, which means people change the way that they train, they look at the way forward, and they look at the comparisons between the others. And you guys, I just have to say congratulations, because you're the guys who did not resist change, who understood that in order to compete against the likes of Ivory Coast, I think they are ranked 45th, we are ranked 80-something in the world, and Nigeria, going in against Botswana and the rest, we have to change the whole way that we look at rugby. And I think this tournament, especially the last game against Nigeria, taught me something. What did it teach me? That the values of rugby, the real values of rugby, as I understand it, as a former player, and I have to say that because my understanding of rugby is the fact that I have played provincial rugby in Africa and provincial rugby in Europe. And I have worn the shirt of, the top club in Europe before. And there is something that says there's a dedication, there's a perseverance, there's almost a solitude to being a great rugby player, because you will train with and away from others. You will give more than you think your body is capable of giving. Your lungs will hurt, your muscles will tear, and yet you will keep going, because you're playing not only for yourself, but you're playing for your team. You've planned together. You've practiced together. They've moved you out of position to another position so that it can be for the betterment of the team. You've been dropped. You've been shouted at. You've been abused. And you're resilient. You've come back almost militarily to say you are going to win. You're going to make it work. Look, not every human being has that ability to be a winner. And in order to be a winner, you have to lose. You don't just win everything. We see it in football. We see it in boxing. You see it in my new favorite sport, UFC. You have to lose. You have to draw. You have to be humiliated. But it's how you pick yourself up. This is the crucial thing. And then how you move forward. As players, it includes your team manager. It includes your coach. It includes we on the board, the management, and everybody else. So I say, guys, pick yourselves up. This was a wonderful, wonderful exercise. It showed we could organize our own competition now for the 3rd or 4th year running. Where governments don't seem to be able to do that, we were able to do that, to carry it off. And now we're in August, we're going to do more. We're going to focus more on sevens, skill set training for the big boys, because 7s and 15s tournament are going to come very, very closely to each other. We're going to give greater prominence to the ladies at the same time, and we're going to have more competitions because we want to be the best. We don't want to accept the fact that rugby is not played in Ghana. We don't want to accept the fact that we don't have it institutionalized as other countries do all around us. We're going to do it because we can, and we can because of you. So I say, pick yourselves up. I'm far away, as you all know, but I followed it blow by blow, second by second. And you can have no greater compliment than the compliment of two people. One, the coach, the South African coach of the Stallions, the Nigerian national team, who said this game could have gone either way. He paid full compliment to the Ghana national team, so he didn't feel they walked over us. And the second is to the Ivorian officials, who also believed that Ghana were a great side and could even have won the game, not for mistakes and for minor errors. That shows to us that we're moving in the right direction. And it's the right direction. Everything is about progress, that you get better, you get stronger, you get fitter, you have a commitment from players. And it's been great to see the transformation. We entered into this tournament, as we have for 4 years, without big names, small names. It's who wants to wear the national jersey, who understands it's not about them, but it's about Ghana. And boys, you understood it was about Ghana. In the second game, from 1 to 23, players who won the first cap, young boys like Tereku won their first cap, were simply very good. The ferocity and tackling of Big Mike, the forwards, the leadership of Alex, the strength of the front row, the improvisation of Prince, Hunan, the re-emergence of Percy, the focus of Bosoka, telling us he will go there, not don't go there, he will go there, shows that he might now be serious again in where we're going. Survivor showing that he had a little bit of hot-headedness in him is good, it's not bad. Alex leading from the front, the emergence of Tetega, the slow development of Francis, Richard, the power and strength focus of Bruno, the inclusion of Jerry. Akumba and Monchon played well, and Swabiru showed he is maturing by the day. Jalilu is Jalilu. But the bench, the Terekus, the Wahids over this tournament, young boys like Indomie from the under-20s coming in to realize how far he has to go in terms of fitness, commitments, the technical development of the game is massive. Eric, huge. So important to where Ghana is going. Everybody who played a part, and if I've forgotten a name, it's totally unintentional because the game is about 23 players. We shouldn't forget. The efforts of Jason, who has been number 8, who's taken the back seat to Tetega for this tournament after his injury. Isn't it great to have competition to fight? And then the story then becomes, what of our big players? What about our Selums if he's ready to come back and play rugby? What about the Alexa Kotos? What about the Franks? What about the young boys? What about the Kofi Appiahs? There's so many who have been calling in and want to be a part of. And the door is open. We do not have a policy to exclude anybody. I say, let's make it more competitive. I say, let us get it even more committed. And I say, guys, raise your heads. Raise your heads for yourselves. Raise your heads for Ghana. But bear something in mind. Yesterday was yesterday. And in order for tomorrow to be better than yesterday, you can't give up. Take a day off. Get back into it. Train harder. Be stronger. Be better. Be the winners that I know you are. And we all have confidence that you can be. Well done.